What's going on? It's Young Larry, aka the motherfucking L God. It's been a little bit. Welcome back. Got kind of busy around the way, but we're back up in it like magic. And today it is Raury, Young Raury, and his album All We Need. Young Raury, if you are not familiar, Atlanta rapper, 19 years old, young guy, is coming from the newest batch of Freshman XXL 2015, and he has been getting these comparisons to a young Andre 3 Stacks, Andre 3000. Listening to the album, I can't exactly say that, on my first listen rather, I couldn't exactly say that I heard all of it with some of his singing and how his vocals sort of act. At one point, yeah, but with the rapping, not so much. On the second listen, things hit me a lot more smoothly, a lot more clearly. I can definitely hear the latent Andre 3000 influence. Is it as heavy as I think people are making it out to be? No, but it is there, and it's pretty obvious. In terms of features on the album, there's only really two: Big Crit and RZA. RZA is on CPU and has a bit of an interesting verse. It's sort of corny, cliche, but it fits the tone of the song. Big Crit probably dropped one of his best verses on Forbidden Knowledge, the third track on the album. And I don't know what this means in terms of how Rory's going to proceed with, working with certain artists in the future, but we'll see. Big Crit's verse, stellar. RZA, interesting. But on the project, really dope songs. Woodcrest Manor, that's my shit, especially the hook. I enjoy the vocals on there. But past Woodcrest Manor, you have songs like Peace Prevail, Devil's Whisper, really dope. I believe that's one of the singles that came out for the project. And then Love is not a four-letter word, which was kind of like this spoken word thing. It was like a minute and 30 seconds long. Really dope. The only real, it's not so much issue I have with the project, but more so critique, is that Rory's whole persona is kind of based on this flower child, really down to earth, save the earth, conscious mindset, and that is fantastic, and it's honestly what needs to be more prevalent in hip hop, alongside our incredibly trap and not so lyrics, not so substance focused setup. But just like with trap music, and just like with some things that are a little bit more simplistic, you have to frame it in a way so that your audience picks it up without feeling like they're getting preached to. He borders that line, and he sticks his toe on it every now and then. He's not quite all the way preachy, but if you're not somebody who's already into conscious hip hop, this album is going to come off very preachy to you. And the sound of the album isn't really typical hip hop. There's a guitar that I'm thinking it's him playing the guitar, that's been on all of his projects, including his EP that came before this album, Indigo Child, that is there, and it's really strong, and it's really present, and it's good. But if you're looking for really hard drums and sort of crazy smooth bass lines and things like that, that's not all the way here. It's a lot of melodies with the guitar and keys here and there. And he has a song called Trap Tears, which oddly enough does invoke that, really just how it sounds, Trap Tears. It's got that trap sound to it, real heavy drums and blaring horns. But without that, the album is really in the typical mindset as far away from hip hop as you can sort of get. His rapping is coming along. It's not all the way fleshed out just yet. His singing is definitely way better than his rapping. And if you're looking for really great vocals, Raury and his album is where you need to be. If you're here strictly for the rapping, you're trying to see what this kid has with the bars, he has some bars. But like I said, he's got to frame that subject matter to make it a little bit more palatable. If that's a word, fantastic. If it's not, I just made it up. Heard it here first. But he's got to make it a little bit more palatable so everybody can take it in and really not feel overwhelmed with the preaching. It's just like with trap niggas, you can't just say, I kill, I murder, I sell drugs. You gotta lace that shit with a narrative to make it interesting and make it so that it's not just all flat out negativity. You gotta bring people in, lock them in place, and really you gotta keep people entertained. That's the key thing. Keep people entertained. Raury is promising. He's not all the way there, but that's the best part about him being 19. He's young. He has crazy amounts of time to develop. He's definitely one of the better rappers out of the Atlanta scene recently. And we all know he's coming out of Atlanta right now, Future, Migos, of course Donald Glover, and other various artists. But he's definitely up there in the upper echelon of budding, developing artists. Raury's all we need. If you are a fan of Raury, pick up the album. If you're not a fan of Raury, I'd say give the Indigo Child EP a listen first, see how you feel. When I first popped this in, that very first track, it was going places, but my whole first listen, it was like, I was never exactly turned off, but I was kind of trying to figure out where it was going. And every time I thought it lost me, it pulled me back in. So it's definitely an enjoyable project, but if you're a Raury fan, pick it up. Not so much, go check out Indigo Child EP first. Raury, all we need, download it. It's a great project. Well, rather I say it's a cool project. It's not all the way great just yet. It's a cool project, it's a really cool project. It's not all the way great just yet, but like I said, give it time and he'll be there. Outside of that, this is Young Larry, aka the motherfucking L God. Follow us on all of our social media outlets, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, the whole shebang. And until next time, hold that fucking L.